All right. Good morning. Morning. That I was like trying to sneeze. I got like one out. I was like, oh god, there's gonna be a second one. Hold on. I don't want to turn the stream on and be like, achoo. Um, yeah, coming quick. Um, all right. So welcome Monday the 5th. I had a little bit of little bit of news, a little bit of movement. CPI overnight for the Swiss came in as expected, so not a whole lot of movement there. Up 34 right now, retracing back a little bit right now. Um, Overall, the only I would say main, like the biggest trend we're seeing right now, um, is the pound. You're seeing euro pound up 40, although retracing back again in the last 60 minutes. Pound yen down 73, again retracing, and the pound dollar also down 54, retracing in the last 60 minutes. So, kind of that European session kind of move, and then U.S. session is kind of reverting it back again. Lagarde is speaking right now. You're seeing some headlines coming out, economic and monetary affairs. Um, you know, no quotes with that one. There you go. No clear evidence that underlying inflation has peaked. That's not a good sign, right? Price pressures remain strong. The full effects of our monetary policy measures are starting to materialize. The financial stability has proved robust so far. It's kind of how do you take that, right? It's what we're doing is starting to take effect, but there's no evidence that it's peaked. So, kind of hard to really decide which one, which one of those two is like, huh? Which one is it going to be? Um, yeah. So overall, typical Monday. One of the other things to note, again, obviously, OPEC did do cuts this weekend. They agreed on that one. I don't want to say telegraphed it, but we knew that one was coming, and it did. You know, but it's funny. You hear one, you hear the cuts about, stability, and then over here, you know, Saudis are fed up with the OPEC members. It's like, oh no, they're getting too much. They're getting too much power over there. Yeah, they're going to raise it again, and then they gotta, magically the news flips it around. It's like, but the Saudis are tired. It's like, well, are they? Are they going to go after Russia right now? I don't know. It's kind of I don't know. Makes me question kind of is this just a narrative to be anti-Russia? We want more transparency from Russia. Well, you know, if they did, I don't know. Again, they're applying to be part of BRICS, right? Saudi Arabia's trying to get in there. Um, you know, they want transparency because they kind of understand what's happening, but it's such a difficult situation to navigate. And then it's why I'm looking at this headline and I'm kind of like, you would see something like this. Oh, the Saudis are fed up. The Saudis are fed up. Um, but it's coming in as like a little orange, if anything at all. I'm sorry, yellow, if anything at all. And the reason why is because, again, we know that there are nations that won't take Russian oil, or they'll only take a certain amount for it. So, if Russia was only keeping it on the network, right, then sure. Then maybe that's, again, Russia's been trying to circumvent this stuff forever. Again, why BRICS is getting so much traction right now. So, the Saudis like, well, wait a second. If they're only supposed to get it for 60, and these guys are, you know, buying it for 65 because of the discount over the overall price, i.e. China, right? Um, that's why they want more transparency. Russia's like, we're not going to do the transparency until BRICS is done. So, yeah, it's a funny thing back and forth. It's funny. We're gonna do cuts. We're gonna do a surprise million cut, and again, Saudi Arabia is the one that did the cuts. But at the same time, they're like, oh no, but Saudi Arabia's pissed at Russia. It's like, the timing is just timing is just I don't want to say suspect, but it's very interesting. All right, so in the next 24 hours, we do have ISM services coming in a little bit. Again, we are seeing a little bit of dollar weakness coming in before. Again, that could be a sign that we're going to see some dollar strength roll into this play. And actually, we talked about that having dollar strength over the weekend and then going into this news in the morning, being able to take this one long. And that's kind of what it looks like it wants to do, right? If we switch over right now, we'll actually look over here at the dollar. You can see the dollars, it rally, and now it's starting to pull back again before that news release. So, again, is it pulling back to prepare for another push, or has the news already been kind of priced in? And that's what have the European traders made all the money on it already, right? are at this point, or we are just looking for reversals. Um, that's kind of where we're at. This release being first thing on Monday morning is always difficult because we do tend to see dollar weakness in the European session. That's not been the case. It's been dollar strength. So yeah, it's kind of like, they baked it in already. Is really kind of what I'm wondering. Now the VIX, a little bit higher. Again, gap over the weekend. Not anything that is uncommon, I guess is a better word for it, right? Not something that's necessarily uncommon. We see that, right? Indices right now, they're split, two up, two down, one more than the other one. And again, Russell's always going to be a little bit more sensitive to anything that has to do with interest rates. I got a couple articles this weekend, all saying you know, the chance of with after the strong numbers, yeah, there's pretty much you know, they're raising it again. I think everybody's under the assumption of that. So I think the cat's out of the bag on that one. I don't think there's much more that I don't think there's any question about that right now. The question is what's next, and I know that seems to be the question lately. Is well, we know what they're doing now, but what are they going to do further? When is that pause coming? Right? Um, we'll see. We'll see. But indices split across the board. Obviously, energies are up. Crude is up over 73. Again, the million barrel cut from Saudi Arabia. It's up 2%. Not how you want to enter Monday morning, because particularly Monday morning, excuse me. It was definitely a long night. You tend to see more of a rally in the U.S. session. Today, with it being spiked up so high, I would expect the exact opposite. I would expect it to reverse back down again. A lot of the news was kind of I don't want to say baked in, but there was such a huge gap over the weekend. Again, we're not typically trading things over the weekend, particularly something like oil. Um, but where it opens, it's not a surprising, you know, the prices move pretty much what you would expect, right? Large gap, and then it's just pulled back again since that time. Now, natural gas back up to that 228 range, up 5%. And again, some of this may also be linked. I don't think is there any news that they're showing? No, no. It just shows that it's climbing pre, and I think a lot of this also has to do with the same thing with oil. Again, oil starts to get more expensive. You tend to see other commodities, particularly energy, follow it as well. Again, if people are like, "Well, we can't use oil, then we can use natural gas," so there tends to be more of a push there. So they're kind of locked up. Gold and silver both down just slightly. 1945 and again 2340. Still kind of basing in that 2350 to 23 range, and that 23. Or, I'm sorry, the 1965 down to like 1930. It's all right, decent movement. Aussie dollars where we're at right now. Here's the Aussie. Funny how this worked out. This is all Sunday. I haven't touched this trade. You guys know that I don't use this. This is meant solely for chart schools. Obviously, I use the alert for it because it's going through Oanda. But you can see it came down. Nice little kind of Harry Potter trade. Friday, Sunday. And then what did it do? It pulled right back up to that old Harry Potter level, hit it, and went down. So this was one of those ones where it's kind of like, it was on the way, right? It was going. The question is, did you hold it over the weekend? Or did you hold it over, right? Did you use the same level? Um, the hard part about this one is there's not really clear basing over the weekend. Friday kind of ended in here, and it's like, where's the base for today, right? So it's one of those ones. Could you have taken the entry? Yeah, you kind of got stopped out on the top side, but is this defining the bottom? No, because this one right here, Friday at 2 o'clock, went even lower. So like this zone has to come down a little bit, but there's the basing on the top side. You can see it's much, much larger, but is there like a really good defined base here? Not really. If anything, maybe over here, but unfortunately, this is how those minimum continuation calls work. If all the factors are out there, it's kind of you can see the reversal happened at 8 o'clock when the U.S. came online. So you may or may not have held that one over the weekend. If you did, you got it up to like a 1 to 2.4 ish. You definitely should not have lost money on it. But the reality is, very, very hard definable base here Friday evening when those zones are formed. So typically you shut it down and you say, okay, wait till everybody's back online and let's see what happens. You can see the 50 was hit there. That was what? Oh, this was the news candle for Friday. Um, we can put that there, although it's not my favorite because it is a news level. Um, hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'd say right now, because we're seeing such a big kind of dollar weakness trade in, I don't think we can. How much is it? It's 18 pips in what, 14 minutes? I think that's a little bit extreme. We talk about where does the price move before the news comes out. It's going straight up, right? It's going straight up. So kind of those ones. It's kind of setting up for a dollar strength based trade today. But is it at a level? No. Is it basing? Not really yet, right? Um, Fortunately, this is all from Friday, right? Friday afternoon, so it's not the best of levels here. So, ideally, I think what we want this one to do is we want the dollar strength to roll back in. We want it to come in and start basing, and then maybe we can get a nice push down and then a pullback, and then that's where this one goes through. But still, like the racetrack, the alert is still kind of on there on the table. Um, yeah, there's just not enough there being a Friday afternoon area. I love how it's going up, but if we were up there, I'd be okay. But yeah, I think right now, just again, leave the alert. The alert will be the signal. Um, yeah, I think the alert again, leave the alert. That's the best thing. If this pulls back down again, not surprised whatsoever. But it's not an area where I'm willing to sell it from because the levels are not made in a good time frame. But yeah. If we do pop up though, 66.27, maybe a decent level. It was the 50 before, right? It was confirmed 40, went to the push, and again, this was a very kind of choppy single candle. It did get the red, green, red to the downside, so there could potentially be more sellers in there. And then we got some room to run after that. So yeah, right now we're really looking for a top. Again, if it was here for news, great. If not, we're looking for the dollar strength move and then a break of 65.67 down to 65.40. Aussie dollar. There we go. So we're high. Um, we talked about these levels last week. Again, if dollar strength rolls back into the market right now, um, it's kind of at the kind of the spot where we're like, yeah, this is kind of a news trade. Now it's a proxy and a proc. It's a double proxy trade here, right? Proxy of gold, proxy of Dow, U.S. based news in 12 minutes. And again, it is services, not manufacturing, so a little bit less issue with the proxy. But at the same time, it's kind of like, do we want to take a double proxy trade? News Monday morning, just as the U.S. opens up? Not really. Um, it's not the strongest of trades. It's in an area where, yes, I could see, the yen coming back in with some strength in there from the Dow. But for the most part, and again, if dollar strength rolls back in, that should be gold weakness as well as Aussie weakness. So it kind of makes sense, but again, we're not using double proxy for news. So either way, I would say that these two look like they're going to continue to drop. Last week, we talked about the 92.59 and the 92.93, both being areas of sellers. Now, this one has hit 3 times, so it may need to punch a little bit higher up. Again, it's been a while since price has been up this high. Let's actually draw. This is past. Let's get this ready for this week. We'll go low. Concern. Yeah, let me see. If we go here, yeah, that makes more sense. Punching higher. So yeah, maybe we were looking for this. Maybe we'll look for a little bit of Aussie spike, and then play that reversal to the downside. Two, hmm, that old level. Yeah, it's a third hit there. Yeah, I can't pull the trigger with it now. Maybe it turns and rolls back down again, and this is like the trade of the century. But it's like, higher, higher, higher. There's not much left, and then we know we got a room to run up to the top. So I think right now 92.93 is really what we're looking for. 92.93. So again, that coincides a little bit with what we're seeing in the Aussie dollar. Here we go. All right, so we're looking for bounces potentially. We kind of got close. We were talking about a potential bounce off 78. I was like, yeah, it's not my, 78 is not my thing. But wouldn't be surprised. There are buyers down there at that level. Right now, there's not too much. U.S. traders come online. We're seeing dollar weakness, and again, it's just that hour beforehand pop. This target was hit. Look at the base. Look at the base right in there. Let's pull that off. God, I wish there was more. That's why I hate Monday mornings. There's just not enough volume to give you like a level. It's like, ugh. I mean, it is obviously rallying up, right? Um, ugh. Yeah, it's one of those days where it's like, oh, this is definitely a Monday. The market has not had its coffee. Like in that one, I do kind of like this. It's even 10. It's even 10. I love me some 10. I love me some 10. Yeah. So right now, those are the two areas, buy and sell wise. Right, buy and sell wise, you're sitting right there. Yeah, not much. Yeah, I like it dollar strength, right? Just because they're pushing up ahead of time, but again, it's just going with the same trajectory. So not really strong momentum either way. Euro pound, Euro pound pushing up. So again, we talked about this one on Friday. There was a 23 in there, and you can see Friday 2:30, and then we hit it again, and then we hit it again at 7:30, and then this is where we were talking. We're like, yeah, we're basing. It's gonna break. It's gonna break, and it did. It ended up breaking finally at 7 p.m. last night. Finally broke through the top and didn't really give us a Harry Potter. We were looking for somewhat of a racetrack. There's a little piece in there. I don't know that I would have taken that one, but again, one, two, three basing before. As soon as this bases, like, yeah, there's no way you're not getting short this one. So we can pull that one off. They fought hard. I'm sure there were some people that got into 23 on that one. Hmm. So where we are with this, there is actually a level of basing there, but you can see this is up, down, and then finally collapse. It is a 50% retracement level, so there are sellers in there. Um, hmm, it does look like it's ready to collapse and push back down, but supported with buyers in here. Um, hmm, they're marking that as off because we know this is one of the higher time frame levels. We talked about that last week. So yeah, I think it's important to note that there is basing right here. Right? I'm gonna turn this blue just so it's high or purple, so it highlights a different color. We are in an area where we are again. We've got our red, we've got our green, we've got our red coming in there. There is a reversal. It has been basically straight up since the European market opened, which is right here. Um, Obviously, Lagarde is done speaking right now, so kind of makes sense. And again, we've seen pound weakness across the board in all the currency pairs, so we're going to see profit taking coming in from that. So, it's not the worst of spaces. How much is it? It is only 10 pips. Where's 30 go to? Let me see. Again, there's just not a lot extra out there right now. Man, it puts us right back down there. Not a horrible trade. It's not the worst for a Monday. Again, there's only 2 hours left. No additional news today, I don't believe. Let me see on that. opposed to it. I mean, you got the red, green, red. You got the confirmation forming, so it's there. I mean, it's what is it? It's 9 for 27. So I mean, it's a small trade. It's nothing huge. Um, Again, remember this pair only moves it as a daily ATR 42. So this is not like a 130 pip mover. So again, the risk on this one is not the risk, but the movement on this one is not as extreme as some other pairs out there. So just again, remember, not every pair is the pound yen where it's going to move. So it's all right. It's all right. Here again. Yeah, so we knew 150 was going to be a big deal. Again, hit. We're expecting it to go higher. Looking for the confirmation roll again. European Open right here. Right there's your European Open. So again, watching the near term level, nothing. But we've hit it. We're like, oh, there's your 3 hits. It's breaking, and it did. It started the base. Right, you got a red, you got a green, and it looks like your red came out really red, really kind of right in here is where the red, green, red kind of came from. Because the green was the high, which is good. If anything, here, let's pull this back. We'll draw it this way. I'll just use this, right? I would say that there's your top, right? There's your fill to go higher. There's your hit, and there's your push. Is how you play this one. And again, we knew we had 150. We knew we had the 628. We knew we had levels from last week. We knew we were backstopped by a level up here. And again, if you use the backstop level here, because again, this one had already chopped through pretty deeply, that's what it hit. So multiple ways to take this one. And again, this is purely a European Open. Like, listen, we're hitting a level right here. We need some type of confirmation. The confirmation actually came in right at the 150. So again, I've been very cautious with this one using this old level here because again, not again long amount of time here, and it did actually need the backstop. So yeah, so you could have taken that one. It's out now. There's not much we can do with it. This one makes complete sense. It is European weakness. It's the yen coming in. There are buyers down here, right down here, 149.28. But you can see 1, 2, and 3 bounces. It should push through. Again, I think it could probably get back down to this 149-ish area. It's only 49 pips, but that's not the biggest move necessarily. So I think that's we're well within range of hitting that today. I think it does probably have a little bit of a hard time down there. Again, it was kind of spiky. Even this is not the freshest level, but that may be a bit too far. Yeah, that's 80 pips from the open. Yeah, that puts it at 143. It's got a 113 daily ATR, so it's a little bit extended too far to hit all the way down to that area. Yeah. Eh, yeah. If you caught this, great job. Again, this is the European Open. Um, nice little trade. Again, taking it off this confirmation here. So, sorry, I was not awake for this one. Well, I was, but not at it. I was trying to sleep, but not at a computer. So, yeah, not much I can do now. Let's put this down here as a potential reversal top. We're still going to use that on the other side. Mm, I think if I would use that again. All right, 1 to 3 is right there. Oh, there's the news. There's the yen spike. Let's see. What was it? That's a nice little spike for the yen there. What if there's a surprise? Wonder if the number's a little bit off. That was quite a spike. Ooh, 50.3. That was a nice little yen spike. Let's see if factory order screws this up. No, came in not as good. Yeah, so that close to contraction territory. I don't think it changes anything, but the market will look at that and be like, "Oh my god, look, they're not going to raise interest rates maybe twice." I still think I think they're raising it still, but yeah. So that's a nice little yen spike. So look, man, look at that. See what did the dollar do with that one? Yeah, look at that. Up. And again, it did give us that little bit in there. Look, at 9 o'clock, they started moving it. Hmm. Again, very odd. We don't normally see dollar strength pumped into that market ahead of time before news. And again, it's kind of hard to say. Did they know? Did they know what the news was going to be? Europeans stepped in right here, all the way up, dollar index, and then boom, started to place it for news. Hmm. So yeah, I would say right now look for probably some bottoming right in here. Um, Decent level. Again, it's right at 104. So you'll have the 104s in there. You'll have the basing in there. And again, nice little base and pop off of that one. So, and actually, there's another little backstop right here, too, which is an old level right here. So, yeah, on both sides. So, and that's at what? 103.85. So, yeah, we got two different levels. Again, this is a parabolic move down. Ask yourself this, the market is still expanding. It's slower, right? It's slower. But yeah, is the Fed going to suddenly be like, you know what, that ISM services, that's it. Not doing it anymore. We're just going to suddenly stop. No, they're still gonna raise. The employment data was too strong. The customers still there. You got some earnings out there that are working pretty well. So yeah, it's not going to really change much, but it's a nice little spike for today. So that's good. Again, nice little run on the yen. So yen is all the way down. Again, look at that, all the way down. Unfortunately, nothing that we could trade off of. We're really hoping to be up here. We're hoping it got sucked up, but again, so much dollar strength. Look at this. It's crazy. I swear, right there, European Open, right down. Was there buyers in there? Came into here. Is it a zone we're going to use for news? No, no. I mean, I can see why I was doing it. Look, I put a base in at 8:30 this morning. Um, it tried. It tried really hard. Yeah, yeah. So what I'd say is, start looking for reversals on this one. I think this is okay. I'm good with this. This is fine. Look at this. Look at that. Right there, right at the 50% retracement. So I think if we can get this thing up top, let's take this. Again, we were looking for the up move down, and it did the down move up. So I'd say look for potential reversals right there at 124.46. Again, parabolic move up. Let's see what we got here. You're talking about 46 pips. The 4-hour ATR is 36. It's got a daily ATR of 92. If this thing launches itself all the way up, you're talking about 70 pips on that one. So again, qualifies for that would be over double a 4-hour ATR in 30 minutes. So again, I would say look for reversals. My fear on this one is if it turns here, right? Are we going to miss this one by a little bit? This is not a fib level. This is based off the 50. So there is actually more. There'll be more sellers jumping in to help kind of the momentum of this one. God, is it going to pause early? Oh, is it going to reverse on us? And I think it may. I think it may actually. Looking at it now, it's like, because again, it's services. If it was manufacturing, we'd get a little bit more out of it. Um, oh, man. I don't know. I think look for a push. Maybe if we can get one more push forward, you pull the trigger up here and look for a parabolic reversal, right? Parabolic move up. We should retrace back down to the origin of the move. Again, is it really changing anything? Not too much. Get your profit at that level right there. Okay. That would be there. Well, I think that's straight. No, it's not straight. Close. There we go. Now it's straight right there. So again, expect price to come back down. Pound yen. Look at that. It's kind of like they knew, right? Now, we just hit our profit target. It's funny. It looks like we bounced off the profit. Yeah, we did. Look at that. At 8:30, we bounced off the profit target. Last week, we were talking about 73.36. We didn't know how long it was going to take to roll back down again. And it did. It hit it. It bounced. It came up. And then, obviously, it sliced through right now. And we talked about there not being really a lot of great levels. That was the only tested one we have. But nothing in here really was great. We are just looking for a short. And again, look at this. I'm telling you, the Europeans were all over it today. European Open right there. Straight down. So, yeah. Yeah, although I do like that top. Look at that top. I like that candle there. I'm on 50. Yeah, I'm on 30. Okay. I like that. Hmm. I like that it's 174.50 too. I'm a fan of that. Problem is that the downside is going to be a problem. We're kind of at the 23 right now. Again, doesn't necessarily it tag the target we were looking for, so let's remove the target. Um, hmm. I don't really like this as a bottom. Again, a little bit of a base here and pop, and again, bottom, bottom, bottom's all the same. Um, 181. Look at this. This is all just junky. Hmm. Did we hit it? Can I remove it? Close enough. Yeah, I'm not super confident in this level here. Yeah, I mean, this is very initiated. Came down, based, came back up, used it, but barely anything left in it. Again, all basing here. So yeah, I'd say again, obviously there's an emotional reaction that's happening right now. We'll see it kind of go back and forth, but yeah, I'd like to see this one continue to go lower. Again, we'll see. I think the pound again. I think the pound is done raising for right now. I think it makes sense why we're rolling back down. 171 is so far though. We need a new level for him. Again, there's nothing. This one needs some time to ferment a little bit. A little fermentation needed here, guys. Need to marinate this sucker. Dollar CAD. All right, so dollar CAD. We were talking about a pullback, right? We were talking about a pullback over the weekend, and it did. It ended up pulling back Friday, and then Sunday was down here. We were talking about it potentially using this Harry Potter. It didn't use the Harry Potter. It used the lower level here. So, and then it ran into the other zone again. So, right now, again, we got an up, but big move again, right back up again. Um, Not as much movement here with the dollar CAD. Problem with dollar CAD right now is anything dollar strength base is also being fought by oil. Hmm. Yeah, I like this one. I'll throw a link on it now. We'll throw an alert on it now. There we go. When it pops, taking that one through the top. That one's fine. Again, we're just literally ping ponging back and forth. Again, you can see the Sunday night was here. Again, we came back through. You know, open last night, and then again, news brought it back down again. So yeah, any dollar strength in, bring it 134.60. Look for this one to go higher. We got a lot of room to run. It's not even close to the 50, so it's a decent one. It's like 13 for 38, 39. So not bad. Um, yeah. Oh, Swiss again. Consider dollar week. Look at that. They drove it right back up into that level. Again, this was not a level we were taking. It had already pushed it literally to the brink. Actually, it should be there. Had to use this one for what we had in the overnight. Again, are we using that zone? Not really. It drove it up. We were sitting there. It already started to move down again, and then boom, big push. It's fine. I'm okay with that one. Like I said, I would not have used this top. Um, let's delete some of these off. Get these out. 50's out. We don't need anymore. That one's still fine. Yeah, I think this one really has the room to run all the way back down to this 50 level right now. Again, if you are short this, throw some profit targets here, right? 90.45 or 90.46. Right? I'd say that's where your profit target is. Now, does it reverse off of that one? It potentially could. I don't think the Fed looks at this services number and is like, "That's it. The doom is here." I don't think it's not at that stage. I think it's okay. Um, Again, Fed is fine. The employment data was driving it much more than services. Manufacturing is not great, but again, this is a services number. Factory orders is a little bit different. We already knew the factory sucked. So yeah, look for this one to come down. Potential bounce, yeah. I don't think we'll get it by 10:30, but maybe at 12, 1 o'clock, and then we see it again. Parabolic move. Um, Single candle is 44 pips. It's got a daily ATR of 65. 4-hour ATR is 23. So we're over double a 4-hour ATR at this point. You're going to be looking for a reversal, and right now we've cleared this level. We don't have any buyers until all the way down here. So again, parabolic move. Look for a slow retrace back up again. Right, probably going to be slower, something along those lines. Okay. Again, doing what we should. Push. Again, Friday at 2 p.m. We're not interested in trading at 2 p.m. on a Friday. You can see it stopped Sunday. Um, we ended up going higher on Sunday here and kind of did a little Harry Potter up to the 78. We knew we had sellers there, but again, no zone that we could define. It actually did give us a zone at like 3:30 in the morning. Right there's your 3:30 in the morning push, base at 4, and then again 5:30. It came back up and grabbed that zone and took it down. And kind of like they knew, right? Here's the European Open. Right there, 3 o'clock. There's the European Open. It's kind of like they knew, right? Over here is where it was. So, again, old level from last week. Don't need this one. It did actually slice through a little Harry Potter trade, though. Look at the basing level here and the touch. So it sliced through that like nothing. This is going to run into the same problem that all the other yen pairs have. Big spike down. A little bit of a basing right there. Maybe we'll get something in here. Again, it did touch the 23, or the 78, so I don't really need that right now. Run. Um, Did we take something off of this one? Unfortunately, there's not a lot great in there. There's a potential reversal in there, right? Basing level came down, touched it, hit it, and then exploded off of it. I'm gonna say that there's potential for something right there. Profit target, potential reversal. Okay, and again, parabolic move, right? Parabolic move down. Just this candle is double the 4-hour ATR, so looking for reversal, but unfortunately, it's not really. Can we find something on 15 maybe? I'm not going to take a 20 pip. Not taking a 20 pip zone on a 15-minute chart. Yeah, so I'll look for a base. Again, I think this retraces back up again as well. Yeah, Bitcoin down pretty good still. TLT's up a little bit. Let's see what's the dollar doing now. Okay, the dollar's it's coming through the 104 right now. So again, we're in the spot now. It's like, all right, let's see, is this where it's kicking in? Let's see if we got some headlines. Maybe some headlines. Not really the end of the world figure. I mean, it wasn't great before. They expected to be better services wise, and it's kind of like, um, So look at this. Look at this fancy dancy little thing with oil here, right? Huge pop up, and again after that big spike, we went all the way to 75. Absolutely to short when Sunday night opened. Came back down and magically grabbed the violated level at 78, and then went right back up again and grabbed the zone that we had originally marked off for a trade. Again, we knew this is where there were sellers last week, so let's pull some of these off just to clear this up now. Pull that. We'll go from this is an easy bottom to top. So let's see what we got here. Look at that slice right through. Use the zone, right? Um, Honestly, right now, I mean, there's a little bit in here, but not. I mean, yeah, there's a gap, but like I'm looking at that and I'm like, I don't really love the way that gap formed. I don't think I'd be swayed to take a long from there. Normally, if with a gap, I'd be all over it, but I'm not really interested with that. And again, yeah, I mean, I can acknowledge that. Hey, listen, higher is a whole area of buyers in there, and it's right around that 71.50 mark. Um, I mean, is there a clean definable level? Not really. We're smack right in the middle of that the no man's land, right? 33 is about here. 66 is sitting right in here. So I mean, this is kind of no man's land with no real, no real momentum. At this point, I still like if we can break below 69.93 down to 68.59 or 95. I think those are both decent. But besides that, I'm not really interested in reversal in here. Maybe here, maybe where the 50 is. Right? There is basing here with a little bit. It went up, touched it, and then took off. So maybe we look for this one again for you 50% traders. There's something in there, right? 71.21. Little confirmation, a little 50% retracement level. So again, scream into the downside. Again, we're getting close to closing below where Friday happened, below the deal. So not bad. Natural gas. Yeah, it's looking. It's trying to find a top. It's like, oh wait, what's oil doing? It's trying. Natural gas is going to be delayed behind a little bit. I love it. Natural gas up as hotter weather expected for mid June. I love it. So yeah, looking for a reversal here. Right, that's from form on the top here. Again, that's the old gap. Ugh. Up and then again. Ugh, I don't like that one. I was a fan of that one until I went down to the 15-minute. Now I'm kind of like, well, there's. Wow, I did like that one. I liked it on the 30. I was like, all right, look, this is pretty decent. There's a wick up in there, a little base up top. We can, slice something with this one over here. And then you go here. You're like, oh, God, no. No. We go all the way back up. I feel like we could probably run all the way back up to there. Off by one. Missed it by one. Um, I hate to say it. I feel like this one has, if this can breach through this top at 2030, right? If we can break through 2030, I feel like this one has the ability to go all the way up to 2038. Hate to say that because I love it to come down, but ugh. It's not what I want to see. It's not what I want to see. Again, once oil starts to reverse from today's drama. Hmm. Yeah, there's not another better level in there. Red's higher. Yeah, if it finds buyers here, I think 2038, that would suck. Huh. All right, gold. Zero surprise. This is the level we drew last week, right? 1, 2, 3. We're looking for a break. There's your pause. That happened on Friday, and then Sunday happened here and came up and grabbed it and continued to push it lower. So it did make it out. So this was a gold trade, and we were talking about kind of the. It's funny, all the way down to news, and then boom, they took off. Actually, news came in here, but again, they found that bottom. We talked about profit taking it at 1939. It went down to 1937.68, right? So went a little bit lower than what we were, looking for. Something just got hit. Dollar CAD looks like looks like dollar starting to rally back a little bit. Yeah, see the 104. Dollar starting to rally back a little bit. And that's again what we're seeing with gold. So yeah, so trade was out. Again, all it was doing was playing in the basing level. It was set up for a long this morning with a big spike up again. It didn't really go up to a level where I'd say, hey, listen, look to reverse it. But I would say look for this one to come back down. Unfortunately, the trade from last week finished this morning at 4 o'clock. So nothing we can. And again, it wasn't an over. It was kind of an overnight. It was a 9 o'clock, or I'm sorry, like 6, 7 o'clock yesterday is when that came back up to retest. 7 o'clock. So, yeah, I expect this to come back down. So, those are off. I would expect this to probably push back down in here to what 1942 is what I'd be looking for later on today. Like I said, I don't think this changes much. Silver. Look at the whip in silver. So here are our profit targets that we talked about Friday. You can see this one hit Sunday. Again, we hit the 23.48. And then we talked about the second one down here. And it looks like it took till about 8:30 this morning. And look at this one already. Spike all the way up. And then is already coming back down to the same exact move. So, yeah. Again, speculator wise, I think this one has the ability to go lower. Need the base here. There's your base. Did go a little bit lower though. Again, this is a very junky zone. Again, hard to draw that one because you have this wick and this wick sitting up there, but your basing and kind of confirmation of your zone is sitting right there. Like this is an enormous zone, right? There's kind of where the base is, and that's what you run into. space right here. Little hidden one, right? Little confirmation again. It is the 23. Let's say that this is probably where we're at right now. And again, we're right in the middle. You see it tearing down. If it goes, and then we can go back up again with some weakness. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's see what's dollar doing. Look, 104, right? We poke right just above, and now we're fighting that 104. Not surprised by that. Let's see, is there any headlines? Factory orders rise for fourth gain in past 5 months. And again, it wasn't as high as what they thought, but it was higher. So still decent data. Taking it, yeah, Apple and Tesla shouldn't be affected at all. Yeah, VIX-wise leveling out. We're still split 2 and 2, although it's funny. You know, talk about opening prints today, right? The 930 candle was up, straight back down. No overnight confirmed move in this one. Yeah, look, one. Look, if you take this one and say, okay, what was confirmed? That's actually from Friday, right? There's your zone. There's your confirmation. There's one. There's two. There's three. Doesn't matter. Hit number four wouldn't matter because we're not going to take it on number four. And vice versa, same thing. It was too flat. So no opening print in ES. NQ. NQ went crazy. 845. Unfortunately, there's nothing here. This is all Friday, so no overnight confirmation. I guess there, but we were already sitting above it. Yeah, with that, not really concerned. Yeah, no, maybe downside. I guess yeah, you could have done. You could have had some basing down here, but unfortunately didn't come back down. It was like 6 o'clock, right? This was a late last night. Again, European market wasn't open. European market opened here and kind of used it at 5:30, confirmed it was there, but we just spiked up. We never came back down again. Um, I would say don't be surprised if this one gets tested today. Wouldn't be surprised if we come down and test this. 14,531. Um, I don't think for me, seeing this, I'm not like, oh, that's it. They're done raising interest rates. So all the same factors are out there, except now we're getting closer to a contraction again. And it's kind of like, oh shit, are we going into a recession? Like that's kind of the talk. Because again, it's not going to change the Fed's mind. So yeah, I see it probably rolling down. Tomorrow, nothing. All Aussie. Yeah, I'd say it's probably due. Well, maybe 930 was right there. Did we get a pullback? Not really. It was close. Look how close that was. It was really close. Again, Sunday night confirmed at 3:30. 9:15 again. You could have waited for this spike and look, it just missed it by the simplest of margins. That sucks because that's a nice little move. That's a nice little move. Maybe a hiccup right there. I'd say there's your two short profit targets right now. That's unfortunate. Look how little that must buy. That would have been decent. Would have been decent. Wah, wah, wah. Looks like ES is about to flip to the red side too. 5, 4. Oh, oh. No, even there, no. It was so close. I guess he could have tried to use that one, but I think using this one was the right thing to do. Right there would have been the right thing to do. You could have said, "Hey, listen, there's a base, there's a confirmation." You could have, but it's literally touching that one. I think that makes more sense. This occupies a lot more of the base. So, fortunately, you would have missed this one too. Not as close, but again, it was already going to the downside. It was pulling back up again. 9:15, 9:30. Yeah, it drove it down. Ugh, It's a shame that didn't hit. Look at that 9:15 candle green up. Yeah, unfortunately, that's yeah, and that's Monday morning. But there you go, playing with 1800. So kind of doing what it's supposed to be doing. ES is now what's 0, 0.0, but it was red a second ago. So yeah, we'll see what can reverse here. I think the dollar will continue. Again, look, we're struggling at 104. What's crude doing? Yeah, crude, look, trying to find those buyers there, struggling a little bit. Natural gas also struggling a little bit. Gold trying to find that top, and again, not at a horrible level. This is 15 minutes, so just be cautious with this one. I mean, if there's your basing before a punch down, that's where we're sitting right now. And again, parabolic move into something like that. Um, that looks like it's looking to reverse. And again, silver's trying. Silver's just whippy. Look at this: up, down, up, and then pushing back again. So, yeah, and it's again Monday. Yeah, some mixed news, right? Eh. Look, best one is the pound, and again, it's because of the yen, right? Those are the biggest movers. Yen, pound weakness. Again, we're seeing the pound continue to rally back. But look, you're $1.09 pips, right? 25 with the dollar CAD, 21 in mixed. Again, 24.46. That's 24 right here with a dollar, right? It's green, but just barely, right? It's all in the last hour. So again, showing us weakness. Now this is great, but we got a lot of time for tomorrow. Wait, actually, it's tonight. Ooh, actually, that's not bad. There may actually be a short there, right? Coming as expected. So there could actually be a short opportunity. Let me look at that again real quick. Yeah, that's good. I'm good with that. Yeah. That's not bad. We'll see where we stand tonight. Look, it was for news. Look at that. Oh, the proxy did work. I knew it was going to happen. I knew if I said there, it would do this one. That's how it works. How it always works. 4 hits, news, straight down. So, yeah, we'll see. This will be good. Late tonight, 12:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. West Coasters, pretty easy to do. I like this one with dollar. If we can continue dollar weakness, Aussie strength for the rest of today. If we can get Aussie to return back to some strength, it could be a nice little short trade tonight. So, yeah, we'll see. All right, let's go ahead and do the giveaway. All right, got 4 of you in. I will wait till 6:30 because that's what we said we would do. What is this? Happy Monday? What? All right. 20 more seconds. He did it again. He snaked. I don't know. He knows. He knows. Actually, the delay's not that long today. The delay is 10 seconds. So, yeah, it's exactly 10 seconds. Actually, 9 seconds. Exactly 9 seconds. Not too shabby. All right. Winner of today's drawing is. Ooh. Debbie takes a 2. Debbie won on Friday. Debbie takes a double. Look at that. She got 100 pip chips today. Cost her 20, right? Wow. Debbie starting off the week strong. I didn't even say any names today. Didn't even say any names. It cost her 20 and bam. I know. Look at that. See, this Debbie does. She's like stealth lady, right? She's like a ninja. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna win it today. I'm just gonna do it. Just go. Full send. So all right. So again, I'll be back on 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. This Aussie cash rate tonight should be pretty decent. I would look to see Aussie weakness coming out of it. CAD PMI, and then we got nothing all day tomorrow. Do we have weakness or like weak stuff tomorrow? Building permits, no. Ivy, no. Tips, maybe. Right? Tip economic optimism. I wouldn't be surprised if that's lower, but that's not going to be anything earth shattering. So, yeah, it looks like tomorrow won't be a huge day as far as news related. But I wouldn't be surprised if we do hear more out of OPEC, other OPEC nations talking about potential cuts. That was a $1 million cut or 1 million barrel cut from Saudi Arabia. And who knows, maybe Russia gets more mad. So, yeah, we'll see. All right. I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a great Monday. Right? And I'll catch you guys on Tuesday and hopefully got some more action. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you then. Take care.